works. Okay. Peter.
Peter?
Right now, the only camera I have is camera 2, correct? Okay, because that one isn't set up yet. Can we? What do we need for that one? Let's do that. And then I just need power because I want to make sure I have all 3 cameras, and we have 5 minutes before I have us go live with it. Although I might take us live now, um, with the overlay on, just as a let people know that we're starting.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
How do I mute myself?
Just you, so. Oh, sorry. There's your monitor.
Angle should be good.
All right. Welcome to Santa Rosa Sword Crush. This is the official. Our fighters are getting all warmed up. Very lively energy in the room right now. How you feeling, Ted?
I'm feeling pretty good, Ronan. We got a nice group of people here from all over the state, as far as I know, and coming from, the West Coast, all kinds of places.
All righty.
Let's talk about the rules, because we're going to be going into Sword and Buckler, and so we can kind of look at what the rules for the Sword and Buckler tournament are. We're going to be running 2 rounds of pools, right, in heats of 4 or 5. There's going to be 1 round of eliminations, because it's randomly the top 5 placed fencers, and then finals will be 1 round of final pools consisting of the top 4 fencers from the eliminations pool. So we're going to be going through multiple rounds with this in the process. The legal targets for this is bouts will consist of 3 exchanges. Any valid touch is going to win the exchange. There is no particular targeting on this. If it's on the hands, if it's on the head, they are equal. Time, there is no time limit. We're doing 3 exchanges. Doubles are going to count as a loss for both fencers, and afterblows also count as a loss for both fencers. In either case, that's going to use up one of their exchanges. Some actions might come into play that'll reset the current exchange. So the next thing we got to talk about, legal scoring actions, cuts, thrusts, slices, standing grapples where one fencer has control over the opponent's sword while their own is free. We can also go with any pommel or buckle punches, valid parts of the mask, minimum miming action only. We don't want to see anybody actually get smashed. Then we have full body. Off target is back of the head, spine, groin. If you're intentionally targeted, we'll let you hit the other person on the groin by accident, but not on purpose. And then feet are off target as well. Lastly, we get into grabbing and grappling. We can do grabbing is a stationary blade. If you're going to do that, totally permissible. You're free to grab a sword. Freeing a grab sword is not a scoring act, so permissible. A little bit more on that. Core that neither fencer can resolve in scoring action will be halted. So if they're wrestling, nothing's happening, we're going to call it. If both fencers end with the blades controlled by the other with no possibility of resolution, we're going to have a halt. And the buckler may not be dropped in order to perform any action with the empty hand. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to be over here on our ring number 3, I believe is what we're looking at. Who do we got in there? Which camera am I pointing at? What do we see? Oh, we got to fix those names. It is not Ronan and Carter that are fighting in the moment.
I wish I was fighting Carter right now.
App and get that going. As we see, this is for... Thank you for calling me on that one there. My good man.
All right. We're seeing some pretty standard rules here at Sword Crush, but I do have some comments about the rule set. There's no time limit.
There is
only
no time
3
limit.
exchanges.
Only 3 exchanges. That is correct.
I'm looking to see some very defensive fencing today. No need to rush.
All right. We are in... Who do we got going on over here? Who is this? Let's listen to the judge. Got going on here. Which is this? This is going to be ring 3. I think this is Jared and Elliot. We apologize for our viewers. We're a little bit behind schedule on this one. Also,
We seem to be encountering some technical difficulties here.
okay, who's my red fence leader? Can you get the names for red?
Terrible performance from the streaming team.
Okay, it's our first time. There we go. Jared in red, Elliot in white.
Let's see it. There we go.
This first match, as far as keeping track of it, we'll have that going for the next match. So this is red. red fencer, white fencer?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So Claire and Patrick. We'll have it set for the night. So Ronan, what do you think about the environment they got here?
Honestly, I'm rather impressed. We got this up and going in about half an hour, and did not smell like human body odor. And I'm very impressed with the smell in this room right now.
Yeah, well, it is the start of the day. It is an early morning. It's only 10 a.m. People haven't had a chance to start getting sweaty yet. Let's see how that goes as
That
we come along.
is true, Ted. We do have time to get sweaty in this
Take off
room.
the whole outer ring. There we go. All right, let's go. There we go. There we go. Now we got our camera showing properly. Camera one.
All right.
Oh, we're not all the way around the ring. We need to move the mobile camera over here. We're just positioned wrong. We'll adjust after this one. I need to get my other setup moved over here because I can't reach all the way over here.
We apologize for the slow start. We're getting some things situated on the technical side. And while Ted's figuring this out, I've got a special ASMR treat for you sword heads out there. Did you hear that? That's me opening my daily Rockstar.
And we have this set up. We are going to try and actually run this exchange properly.
Okay, fantastic.
See what we've got. Let's go ahead and get our very welcome.
I mean, I do the same thing.
What we do in practice, right? If you fought me so many times, sword and buckler and rapier,
Yeah, you're ready. Victor, please salute.
Change, or second match, sorry. Still waking up. Our second match in the ring of Sword and Buckler. Apologize, the signs are not all too clear. Listings. Figuring out who we are looking at.
oneself in different rule sets. I think for us, where you see yourself.
Having difficulty here in the round. Got to see what the call is being made as.
Okay, is that
Yeah, I'm a rapier.
The afterblow was parry.
Self-call.
Agree? Right. Attack red.
All right, sounds like the red fencer managed to
On guard.
attack
Ready.
already there.
Set.
Using discretion at the points.
all right? We're going back in. Oh,
This is their third and final exchange.
Attack with afterblow. You think that was in tempo? Okay.
all right.
Red.
I believe we're
with
calling that cut to leg with afterblow.
Ready. On guard. Ready. Set.
Oh,
I don't know why they're still going that. This is the third exchange. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to
Attack red, pair post, white to the left. White to the left.
Just like every HEMA event, we're very confused.
On guard.
Personally, folks, I have no idea where Claire is squaring up, taking that nice point forward guard. Oh. A lovely smack. The director may have gone rogue.
Claire versus Ellie coming on match. Claire gets her customary minute. Imagine if she decides to take it.
Claire's cooling down.
Claire again, red, Elliot there, white. Looks like she doesn't want to take her customary minute.
So basically,
But I think I was originally in Finn's pod.
I wish I had that stamina.
Just turn off the director's mic while they're having conversation over there, and then we'll get back in. It looks like plug it in. Did you already plug it into him? He has that. He needs that.
Do you have something
correct.
plugged that into?
Yes, I do.
Sorry, hold on one
The
second, guys.
director is
And I'm also not ready.
miking up right now.
That's it.
Okay.
Still getting them used to
Michael was still doing it.
the
Oh, no, because
miking
Michael's my
system.
sub-judge. That makes sense.
Decide if we're going to keep that going. It may prove to be a
I don't know
little
what
bit
I'm
too
thinking.
much. We want you to hear what the director's
Okay.
saying, but we might
Table
just
ready.
take it upon ourselves.
Judge ready. Fencers ready.
I think we're a
On guard.
duo. We
Ready.
can figure that
Fence.
out on our own if we need to.
But here we go. We got Clay.
Hold.
Oh my lord!
Hold.
We've got a potential disarm.
Fencers return to
question
your
mark.
corner. Disarms are not a scoring action, no exchange. So that is going. Okay, I see. Okay. So that is a safety hold. Disarms are not a scoring action.
Okay, so what's the call on that, Ted?
So they're going with the safety.
If somebody drops the sword, it's not a scoring action. If you get it out of their hand,
Got it. Round two. Let's hope to
Hold!
not drop our sword this time. Cut to arm from Elliot to Clay.
I have white fencer cut arm.
Fencer's going to cut that arm. Doesn't really matter so much with this system as far as which one it is. So it's
All right.
going to show up
Fencers,
head.
on guard. Ready. Fence.
All the body is the same. All right, you're into exchange number 2.
Hold.
I wasn't sure about that action right there.
Double.
They're calling that one a double, which I think is probably legitimate.
And that's probably the right call.
I saw it come back up in a back strike. And cut it. Yeah.
so double.
Double. Not the best strike, but I would still score it. All right. Fencers, on guard. Ready. Fence.
All right.
Come in. Then take that.
Fencers
Hold!
Back at it.
Fencers, on guard.
Here with that third
Ready.
fence.
Fence.
Like they've called it.
They're going back at it.
It was called as an action. Red Fencers.
Hold.
It is, but we'll give her a point.
Seeing a lot of aggressive rallying in this match.
Hold. But what did you see?
I thought there was an out of bounds
Lots of
step, but then I
wild
realized you have
cuts.
to 2 steps out.
Zorns being thrown.
Third exchange.
All right. Judge, ready. Fencers, on guard. Ready. Fence.
All right, here we come in. Third and final exchange. If everything goes nice and cleanly, that's what we're looking for.
Hold.
Nope.
I know I saw it.
I see.
I think that's what I saw too. Let's
thrust
see
to
if
body,
The director agrees
White with
our
afterblow.
With afterblow, I believe they call
Yes, white landed the hit. Thrust to body with afterblow.
it with afterblow. That's what I heard.
All right.
Table ready.
Maybe we're
Judge
wrong.
ready.
Maybe we're not.
Fencers,
It's too
on guard.
early in the day
Ready.
to start making
Fence.
fun of directors. So
Yeah, absolutely. We got to get to the end of the day before we really.
Hold.
There we go. That was a nice cut from the red fencer.
Red fencer cut leg.
that being said, stay tuned for more cynicism.
Match red.
There we go, and a match red. Good job, Claire. Up next, we
Fantastic.
have Patrick and Elliot. So it looks like Elliot's going to get his traditional
Okay.
rest period. As Patrick comes in.
Next match is Patrick Wall in red versus Elliot Robinson in white.
Okay, reset this match. Here we go. Oh, Patrick versus Elliot. Right, looks like I am on deck for this as our lovely color commentator has to step away from the mic.
Here we go.
Let's see if we can
Table
get
ready?
camera angles going.
Judge ready?
This time.
Fencers ready? Fencers on guard. Ready. Fence.
All right, here we go. We're stepping in. We got Patrick and Black.
Hold.
Is it a warning?
No, it's not a warning. I'm just saying water
Patrick
pressure.
heading for the lower opening with afterblow, 'cause I think
Yeah,
we're
that was below
seeing
afterblow.
here.
Yeah. So
See how that goes in
What's our
just a
hand
second.
signal?
so this is with afterblow. So the hand up is afterblow. Yeah. Okay.
I've been away for
Okay,
the past
so,
30 seconds on personal business.
Who
What
has?
is going on,
You don't have an
Ted? Fill
armband.
me in.
So we had a cut from the white fencer striking the leg of the red fencer. It was very nice, but it was followed up with the classic afterblow to the head, to his noggin. Quite lovely.
See, I can't say I'm surprised. This seems to be the standard HEMA affair thus far.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I think that's what they called it, but I didn't actually hear that. I'm going to go with that. I don't know that's what they did, but that's what I heard. And we're on to exchange number 2. I might be wrong. I might be right.
Ooh,
It might have said it was
little leg. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but our honorable fencer on the right is calling it as valid.
I didn't catch what he said that last one was, but it was a point to the red fencer, so we're just going to go ahead and give the red fencer that point. I didn't catch what the call was. Let's see where we're going. A little bit sitting there. It's like the Old West right now, as they both hang out, wait, no, quick draw. Which one will shoot first? So we get some probing actions out of the white fencer. Little thrust, little cut.
Hold.
Yes,
There we go.
fantastic thrust to the throat.
Yeah.
Clean, nice, gentle.
I see a thrust from white
No
fencer.
more
I think the
breathing
afterblow
on
is
part
just
his
out of tempo.
opponent. Fantastic. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely love to see it. That thrust to upper open. All right, gentlemen. Let's see. Coming in, looking nice and tidy. Exchange of blows.
Feeling each other out. Oh,
No
going for
judge-
more. I heard that land, but I don't think it was sufficient.
Yeah, I don't think the judges liked the quality of what they saw there.
Still feeling each other out.
Did you call hold?
That's right. We were listening to some George Silver on the way to this tournament, and love that guy.
Yeah,
They called
that
it
was.
no scoring exchange.
Exchange happened after halt. No exchange.
You know what, Ted? I'm
Fencers ready.
tending to
Just thinking about it. Testing it out.
Hold.
Oh,
I'm thinking we got.
Thrust from.
I saw the cut to torso, but I did not see
Judge ready?
the afterblow.
Fencers ready? Yes, sir. On guard. Ready. Fence.
We gotta go with that. Right, coming in, testing each other. You know, it's gotta be interesting, this sort of buckler.
Hold.
Since Patrick is a lefty, right? Always a little different fight himself.
Interesting.
I have red
See,
fencer,
that's
cut leg.
something I did not notice, nor would I.
Like maybe hit.
Got a red, cut to leg. Let's see what we got coming up next.
In all honesty, I am looking forward to seeing more from our fencer in the red jacket.
Patrick,
Well,
you need a
I
minute?
think Elliot is just about done. That
Yeah,
might
good
have
call.
been his last match, just taking it. That was his last match.
Okay. That was 2 matches. So do we rotate?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna jump in the table.
Sweet.
Patrick versus Jared. Jared, of course, being one of the first fencers.
I'm gonna get water real quick. I'll be right back.
at the start of things.
You better make it entertaining, because we didn't catch that first one. So.
Okay.
Fencer resting. Do you remember how to do this?
No,
So
I've never done this before. Next match,
click on
click
that
that.
one, and then for a score, you just click on one of these squares,
Okay.
and a
So
bunch of
red
options will
scores,
show up. Yep. And
cut
just hit the top.
with
And so
afterblow.
you have to hit
All right.
one of
We're
these
gearing
if
up
there's an
for our
afterblow, and
next
then add scoring exchange.
exchange.
Done.
going to turn off the mic on the director. I'm going to put your beverage over there. Watching at home, thank you for bearing with us if you're watching the live stream at the moment. Looks like there's been a couple of people, certainly one person at the moment. We are still getting used to this. This is our first attempt at that, and we appreciate you being with us. Looks like we're about to get started again in just a second. Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go.
All right.
We got a little interesting kind of probing actions and movement, trying to set up some tempo out of Jared, whereas Patrick seems to be a very stoic fighter, just sitting there and preparing himself. Oh, looks like we got a self-call. Let's see what we got.
Red fencer,
cut to the arm.
cut.
Verse on our system here, that's going to show us that was the information that they gave me.
Yes, sir. Red cut arm.
Oh, no, we're good. Never
I
mind.
believe it's just a little bit of
Ready.
discussion for the proper way to call the exchange. Right, here we come in for our second exchange. Probing actions again. Patrick there on the left, very stoic fighter. Just gonna get there.
Oh, I
That was a
see.
very nice that.
You love to see
We're
it.
going to take that strike from the leg, remembering to cover high, because if you go for the leg, of course, they're going to hit you in the head. That's just the way that they do.
You know it's HEMA when you're looking at an exchange and you see one exchange that doesn't include a double and you praise it.
With afterblow.
Yeah, we got white fencer cutting to that lower open left-handed fencer, and afterblow's coming in.
Oh, sorry. White with afterblow.
On his left, so he's got to strike and cross with it. It just means a little more distance he has to travel. Makes it a little bit harder to get there.
I'm really interested to see how this plays out. I imagine both of their hands, their sword hands in particular, are in danger.
Yeah, but you know,
Missed.
That's why they're wearing the heavier gloves. Here we go. We're switched around to the other side if you're viewing, right? So right now got Patrick is on the right, even though that's for Jared. Let's see if we can get a better angle on that. I think if I cut to camera 3, we might be able to see that better. Nope, because we got a director right in the way. There we are.
Oh,
there
smack to the neck.
That was nice. We got looks like
White fencer with afterblow.
looks like white fencer.
White cut with afterblow.
Again, so that's going to keep the score tied up.
How many exchanges we...
Exchange with afterblow. I thought from reading the rules earlier that would count as one of their exchanges, but it looks like it's not only doubles you're counting. I think is that if it's afterblow, they're just going to redo it. So we are on our final exchange. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Yeah, there we got a self call. Looks like red fencer got cut.
About red.
To the leg shots.
And there we go. That is going to be Patrick taking down Jared.
Next up is Claire Lay in red versus Jared Barrios in white.
Jared staying in white, and Claire is back in.
If I am butchering your name, please let me know.
Get this Claire. Am
No, and this next one's the last one.
I spelling her name right? I do apologize, Claire, if I'm misspelling your name in some of these. It is what it is. Jared, the white fencer on the right. Looks like Jared
Good call.
might be taking a couple of seconds. Oh, getting a little bit here. This
Jen,
is-
I do believe that might be spelled with an I.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm pulling it from HEMA scorecard, and based on the HEMA scorecard, she does
Ready.
not include an I in her name.
Well, if that's wrong, call him a scorecard. It's not our problem.
Indeed, here we
All right, we're getting into the exchange.
got a different approach than he did before. Trying for that thrust underneath the shield. Let's see what we got. We got definitely a call being to white fencer, thrust to body.
Claire seems to be opening with the priest's special.
White thrust to body.
Oh yeah, classic for people that love to study sword and buckler, right? If you like your I-33, I believe it's Effect Book 1 or Effect 1. Oh, we got Michael coming in. Michael, the I-33 is now known as Effect 1. Is that what they reclassified? Effect Book 1 or Effect 1?
That would be very interesting if I knew how to read.
That's true.
Great reaction time.
To be fair, you haven't graduated high school.
Very true, very true. Nor have I graduated. Oh,
Looks like Claire has returned with a
thrust.
thrust of her own to the lower opening.
As I was saying,
Red thrust to
I
leg.
did not graduate elementary school.
Well, That's all right. And we're on to our third exchange. Well, that's the fact. Longsword fencers are kind of like the Marines of HEMA. We consist on a diet of crayons and hate. That's basically how we live our lives.
We say this as longsword fencers, by the way, for
Yeah,
all of
absolutely.
us curious bees out there.
What, Ronan, what color crayon is your favorite?
Man, we're pulling out the.
Or not. Apparently, I've misheard what they did, so we're still in the third exchange. No, that is the third. Are we?
Oh! Very wonderful thrust.
Red, thrust to body.
Under the buckler, very
I'm
nice.
going to have to get an update on what they're calling for the rules, because I thought we were doing 3 exchanges based on the rules. Looks like we've gone beyond that.
I think we're calling for a technical interview. Anyway, I gotta say that purple is my favorite crayon to eat before an exchange.
Quick question from the table. Do I put an out of bounds in as
Red's
a
gotta
penalty
take
or a
the
warning? Okay. Is it a warning?
Just got a note that apparently
Okay.
I'm really quiet.
Got it.
I'm
Okay.
going to turn up the gain
Got
on
it.
my mic.
Swell.
Apologize for anybody watching. I have no idea what was just called on this match.
We apologize. Ted's background is in golf commentary, so
Well, yeah, this is the fact, right? Let's go ahead and see if I can turn my mic up, get a little bit more off of that for those of you following along at home. I have no idea where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the HEMA scorecard. We are right now at 2-2. All right, they called the last exchange, I think, as a double or draw. I'm not sure really which. No exchange.
oh, okay, that's possible. Three exchanges. See, Ted, I can't count that high, but I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the directors.
No exchange.
No exchange.
No exchange.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Final question mark. Oh,
Looks like we got it.
White fence thrust to body.
White fence are getting that thrust to the body.
White, thrust to body.
we've got a little deliberation on that call.
Looks like they.
I was a little shallow. I don't think it would have pierced the jacket.
Well, remember, this is considered to be blow spectin, so we're not actually assuming any kind of protective equipment or clothing. There are different debates on that question, but I think for the purposes of this, maybe we just say they're wearing T-shirts. Would it get through?
Red, cut leg.
Looks like
End of
that's what
pool.
we are doing, and that is the end of the pool. So we're going to take a quick little break right here while we see the next exchange. This is a great opportunity to talk about
Does it
some
matter?
of the sponsors here at the
Thank you, though.
event.
Okay.
I want to start off with.
How do I check?
Let's start off with. Let's go with Wakushi Armory, right? Wakushi Armory is going to be our people. They are Wakusi. I'm mispronouncing. Anybody know how to pronounce it properly? Wakusi Armory. Thank you very much, Wakusi Armory. Absolutely, they're coming in. They are going to be the people that are making the very, very fine Cobra Commander style.
Arthur Henry, Justin Raymer, Matt
mask
Conley, and Michael
right?
Lang.
Their whole helmet system. You put that thing on, you look like Cobra Commander.
Really? This already
Keep
has
back
scores
your
in it.
head safe. Great stuff. Great stuff. But we'll take a little break here, and while we do, we'll be getting set to our next match.
Is someone else doing pool 5?
Ready. Fence. On guard. Ready. Fence. Simultaneous actions, not one double.
Double. That was last exchange. The bout is a tie.
Match time.
Nathan in white. On deck. Lily in red. Elise in white. Red. Final exchange.
On deck.
doesn't have us on there. Sorry about that. I just realized we've been sitting here talking to you this whole time, and we didn't actually have our mics enabled. So we figured out some of our technical issues. Thanks for bearing with us. This is just the Sword and Buckler. I know some of you, there's like 3 Sword and Buckler fans out there that are probably going to be upset, but you know, for the rest of us, we're really just looking forward later today of Rapier and Dagger. Our own Ronan Richards, who's here on mic with me, he's going to actually be competing in that, so we're going to get an opportunity to see how well he does.
Fantastic. You know, Ted, I am not a great rapier and dagger competitor, but I am going to try and bring some glory home for the club and make our boys at home proud.
Yeah, well, that'll be great. It is certainly quite the accomplishment for today, and, you know, if you get further along, that'd be even better.
And if I don't get out of pools, that means that our audience is going to get a little bit more of my voice. So,
we apologize.
Wow, that's really rude, Ted. You really shouldn't say... Ted, you shouldn't say that about other people.
Yeah, no F-bombs. We get 1 F-bomb per stream.
Good Lord. I've just been threatened with discommunication. Currently a little nervous. But what I'm really nervous about is this exchange happening in ring 1.
We got Michael French on the left. I believe he's fighting, Justin Reimer.
Hold on, his last name is French?
Yeah, his last name is French.
The very French guy's last name is French?
Yes.
Does
he lean hard into the French thing because his last name is French, or he just is French and it's a lovely coincidence?
For my personal reality, I'm going to believe that he leans into it because that's his last name. Simply because that's more entertaining for me.
Fair enough. Well, Michael is a somewhat local fencer coming to us from Reno, although I think he must Speakeasy just over the mountains there, coming down for a visit. And then Justin, who took the match actually, 3-1, is from the Lonan League. They are up in Seattle. Yeah, up in Seattle. Excellent group. I know we see him down here a lot, coming down to try and score some victories. But I believe that is the end of pools for the first round of Sword and Buckler. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
Dad, do keep me informed. How many pools do we have left to go?
So I'm not going to trust my reading of the rules because I thought there were only supposed to be 3 exchanges per match. But if it still stays true, we are looking at 2 rounds of pools followed by a round of eliminations and then finals. So I believe that's what we still have up for us. At the moment, it's looking like coming into Dash is important, I believe, right? I believe Dash is important. Have been focusing, as I understand it, pretty heavily on silver. Let's cut back over to camera 1 since I believe that we just lost camera 3. Yeah, let's just get, where's camera 1? There we go. We'll get our camera 1 on screen. Dash is doing silver these days, and that maybe has served him quite well for this Sword and Buckler. I know he started out as a German longsword fencer, but he really has been focused more and more on silver. But let's go ahead and get some of those, kind of rankings on screen for people. We'll let you guys kind of see where things are at.
Ted, you're going to have to keep me informed on this one because I don't believe I've had the pleasure of fencing this individual.
You haven't fenced? I have fenced with Dash 1 time. He is a left-handed fencer, so he's one of those southpaws, which definitely can be a little bit confused, just not quite ready for it. And that, especially in Sword and Buckler, right, where you're really hoping to protect yourself, and he's attacking back in on that same side. Certainly going to be a thing. So let's go ahead and we can take a look at, I'm actually going to bring up camera 4. Here we go. And so we can kind of see where the results are. We got Dash looking in first place, like I said, with 3 cents. Michael in second, again with 3 wins and 9 points for him. Michael French looks like he's sitting in third at the moment. He only managed to win 1 match, but he did get 7 points. Then we have, I'm going to pronounce Ilse? I have no, what? Elise, is that how you spell Elise? Well, look at that. I learned something new today. Yeah, Elise in 4. I don't think I've ever seen it spelled that way. Yeah, rounding out number 7 on the match. But yeah, looking pretty good. We'll hang out here for a moment, see how these results are going. We hope you enjoy. We'll give you a little ambient audio on the event while we wait, and we'll be right back.
Hello, Michael Forrest here. To watch this match. This match looks like it's over now.
Potentially.
Taking off their masks.
I'm not sure what's going on right now. Yep, we're over. Okay, moving on to our next match. Stoppage here. People are running all over the place. We're not entirely certain what's going on.
Yeah. That match between Michael French and Mark Wilson was a pretty close match, and it looks like perhaps a win was recorded after 4 exchanges. There may be waiting for the judges to come back and let us know.
Again, I've said it many times before. That's hemophilia. Anything goes, as long as everybody agrees that that's what happened. We'll call anything. Okay, we've got Elliot and Lily squaring up.
Now,
right.
Lily's a fencer out of Diamond Rose Academy d'Armes, and they're coming from Auburn. She's got
Very
a strong
defensive.
rapier background, and you can see she's got that point forward on that arming sword, waiting for her opportunity.
Forward-centric guard. Very defensive.
And her opponent here is Elliot Robinson, and he's coming from Indus Ferox Gladio out of Portland, Oregon.
All right, we just saw, I believe, a cut from Elliot to Lily on the arm. Let's see how the judges call that. Looks like
Yes,
cut
they're
to arm
definitely-
without afterblow.
Afterblow. All right, they've squared up again, and oh, nice thrust there
Wow,
from Elliot.
fantastic thrust. All right, Elliot's knocking out a few teeth.
All right, looks like he's using a little bit more of a Feshbook 1 style.
There.
It looked like Elliot landed a thrust to, or sorry, Lily landed a thrust to Elliot's head.
Interesting. I did not see that. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm not. Looked
Yeah.
very subtle. Oh, we got another cut.
Yeah.
Elliot to Lily, cut to hand, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
Seems that
Yeah.
our fencers are feeling each other out and have.
Yeah. Lily's leaving her sword and buck, is giving Elliot opportunities to come in and attack her hands. And Elliot's using a more traditional, again, Tower Feshbook approach, and so he's got his hands more covered by that buckler there.
Oh, is that match?
I believe that was match.
All righty, that's match Elliot.
That's
Oh, hold on. Nope.
sing. Oh, they're going again, and almost landed that thrust with Elliot,
Very
but Lily's
skinny
keeping him off.
strike.
Oh, she self-called a hit to the arm, but
I'm not sure I
it
saw
seemed
that.
incidental to me.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that one, Mike.
The judges are currently debating whether or not they think it was valid.
I'm going to be
And that's
match
gonna be-
Elliot.
Yeah, match Elliot. A very interesting and varied fight there. Two different approaches to the sword and buckler.
Yeah, I'm loving seeing the mix of approaches we're seeing.
Variety in sword and buckler, Ronan.
I do believe a lot of these people are coming out of different weapons. Not a lot of people study purely sword and buckler, so I believe we're going to continue to see a lot of variability in the. Oh, okay, we've already
here
gotten
with
back into it.
Mark and Elliot. Mark Olson is with the Blackfriars School of Fence. I know Mark has a strong broadsword background.
It certainly looks like.
Oh, nice covering cut to the leg there from Mark.
What an aggressive invitation.
Right.
Completely leaving that buckler down.
Yeah. Oh, straight out of Hopschilt. Mark threw a cut. Oh, they're washing it. Judges don't like the quality. All right, coming back in. Mark's back in Hopschilt. Landed on the leg.
Looks like a double.
Up.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like Elliot landed a cut to the body first.
I believe cut to leg was after hold.
I believe you're right. Up.
There we go.
Yeah, that parry from Hopschilt and then cut to the leg from Mark. Yeah, it looks like Mark has some experience with the Tower Feshbook.
Seems some
That
quick
very traditional
draw
Hopschilt
exchanges.
guard. Elliot's style is more reminiscent of a Bolognese style right now, actually. He's sticking that buckler out, moving the sword around.
Very interesting. Like you said, a lot of variability.
Yeah. Now is looking for clarification from the table. And now we're back in business. All right, Mark back in Hopschilt again.
Very
Elliot
close
moving
fight.
through guards. Looking for an arm. Up. Okay, so looks like the judges think that Elliot's cut was parried, and then Mark came in for the lower cut there.
Interesting. Mark, a fantastic match. Very close.
Yeah, and kind of interesting to see someone take more of that, Fesht 1, Tower Feshbook approach and match that up against someone doing something a little more Bolognese and see how that plays out.
Man, watching these exchanges has got my hands hurting. I can feel every strike to my fingers.
And sword and buckler, but haven't seen a lot of buckler punches today. That's sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of rallying exchanges.
Yeah, it has been a lot of nice cutting and pretty clean fencing, which is something that sword and buckler is not always known for.
I was expecting a bit more defensive play, but in classic Kima fashion, we seem to be getting.
Lily Johnson up next with Mark Olson. And again, Mark Olson looks like he's using a more traditional Tower Feshbook approach, and Lily is bringing her rapier knowledge into her sword and buckler fencing here.
The suspense is real. Seems to be deliberating.
Now, do you know where the Blackfriars are out of there, Ronan? Do you know where the Blackfriars, where Mark's school comes from?
I have no idea. I'm unfamiliar with the school.
I know they're here in California.
Seem to be feeling each other out. Call me crazy, but I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of those cuts to leg.
Yeah, Mark was certainly favoring those. He's got that center line shut down pretty well. Oh, he went for the hand. Because Lily is leaving her sword and buckler separated, it does make those arm attacks much more viable as opposed to a closed approach.
Lily's going to have to close up those hands if she wants to not get smacked in the fingertips.
Oh, so it sounds like the Blackfriars are from San Luis Obispo in the California Central Coast region. We got two Californian fencers here. Up, and Mark landed a cut to the leg there.
There we go.
Nice volley there between the two of them on that exchange.
people loaded up. Make sure those knees aren't completely shattered.
Yeah. Oh, he's got marks in a Subrakio, came out and right into her buckler.
Seems to be going for strikes to the
Lily
head
managed to
over the
tag
shoulder.
his leg there. Mark, looks like he landed an afterblow, maybe, but oh, they didn't see Lily's cut.
Potentially. That exchange was a bit of blur to me, Michael. I didn't see
Yeah, no, Lily landed a cut to the leg, but it may have been flat or there may have been some issue with it that the judges didn't like it for, and then
I see.
Mark came
Ooh.
out right after. And that's our final exchange, a double.
Double question mark.
Yeah, that's a double. And Mark
Winner
pulls out.
White.
Uh,
It would seem that no wheelchair is needed.
The next match, Michael is stepping out of the pools, so Lily being scored as a win.
Oh, so it sounds like Michael French has withdrawn from the
Michael
Sword and Buckler
French
tournament. And
Has withdrawn.
And that's going to be the end of the pool because Michael French is not going to be competing anymore in the Sword and Buckler tournament.
What a revelation.
Do you know if he's been injured or? Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah, Michael French has an ice pack,
Ooh.
and so he may have been hit in the hand, and Sword and Buckler, unfortunately, can be hard on those hands, as Ronan was saying earlier.
We may not need a wheelchair, but we may need a cast.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Michael French. But, that's unfortunate for Michael French. But, he was well earlier, so.
He may never fence again. All right, so we've got an exchange going on in ring 2.
Despite what you see on the screen, it is not Lily and Michael that are currently fencing.
That is true. We've yet to update the screen. We'll get that to you in a second.
It looks like we have Matt Lensner from F3 Sword Academy and Nathan King from the True Edge.
You know, it seems that people in HEMA have the most interesting names, and I
I
couldn't
know.
tell you why.
King, what a great name, right?
Fantastic name.
Yeah, now Nathan is coming out of Utah with True Edge Academy.
True Edge Academy, I do believe I've fenced quite a few of their people.
They regularly come to SoCal and Combat Con, so they're regulars here in the West Coast tournament scene.
California, Oakland, I can't confirm.
Oh, Berkeley.
That's
That's right.
right. Both fantastic schools. Waiting to see how this plays out.
So currently, Matt's up 2-0 with 4 exchanges that have passed. And we're waiting on this last score.
Match red.
Match red. Nathan did get a point on that last exchange, but it was not enough to overcome the lead that Matt had.
I have noticed that we
Exchange system, like they're using for Sword and Buckler, once someone has a 3-point lead, it's impossible for their opponent to catch up and win the match.
honestly, Michael, that's kind of depressing.
It can be, especially if you're the one who doesn't have the lead.
You know what? I'm going to be thinking about that at night tonight while I'm preparing for my.
Yeah, and actually, for some fencers, it can actually get inside their head. If they lose the first exchange, then the pressure of having to catch up can sometimes cause problems.
All right, let's move over to ring 3 if we can.
All right.
We've got that. Yep, we've got our own Arthur Henry on the right. And
Right.
That's
who is
Elise.
that on the left in purple?
That's Elise
Say that
Coleman
was
coming
a
out of Einhorn
thrust from red.
LA.
Thrust
Coleman
from
out
red.
of Einhorn.
Sorry? Oh, sorry.
Now, for those of you who don't know,
To the arm.
Einhorn means unicorn.
Red,
in
thrust
German.
to the arm.
It does.
It's white, by the
Right,
way.
sorry.
yeah.
And,
I
you'll
see red on
regularly
your
see
shoulder. I was
the,
like, okay.
Einhorn
My apologies.
fellows and women
Thank you.
posing together.
White, thrust
with,
to the arm.
makeshift unicorn horns.
Thank you, Judge.
1
Really?
point
Is
white.
that
We're
true?
good.
All right,
is
fencers
true.
on guard.
I've
Ready, fence.
never had the pleasure of seeing that myself. I do believe our own Elizabeth has hung out with the Einhorn fringes. Do we know what the first call was?
Yes,
ready?
Arthur now has
Fences
had
on
2
guard.
points, and this last
Ready.
exchange, they gave him a
Fence.
cut to the arm. You can see Elise using a strong Feshbook or Fesht 1 approach, Tower Feshbook approach.
Arthur seems to be, again, like you said in a previous exchange,
Fencers on guard.
separating those
Ready.
arms
Fence.
leaves that hand open.
Yep. Now she's switching between Fesh guards.
Point. Hold. Initial thrust from white fencer.
Arthur might need his mother to
Parry
kiss his
fails.
fingers after this.
Thrust. White fencer.
It's
Looks
gonna
like
be
he
rough.
landed a
Thrust
thrust
the
through the
body,
center,
white
though.
fencer.
So
Thank you.
looks like Elise may have closed in a
Fencers
little
on guard.
too quickly
Ready.
and
Fence.
dextrolaterally and left her midsection open.
Point. Hold.
Oh, another thrust from
Ouch.
Arthur.
Initial
Fantastic
thrust from white fencer,
thrust
followed by
from Arthur.
failed parry from red.
Straight down the center.
Thrust body.
Now
white
Arthur
fencer.
is currently ranked number 2 in
Thrust
the world in
from
Rapier
white.
and Dagger, and you can see those
Match
thrusts
white.
coming into
Good fight,
play
guys.
here.
Indeed, he is. Many reps
Jack Stewart
are
red, Marcus white.
all coming together into
On deck.
an excellent
Jack Stewart in
performance
red.
this
Arthur
morning,
Henry white.
this afternoon. I don't even know what time it is.
Oh, can I take that for you?
It's still morning for now,
Okay.
You want me over here?
Not my fault.
but that was a very exciting exchange between Arthur and Elise. Very nice thrust work from Arthur there. Now we've got Jack Stewart coming out of the United Clan Swordsman Association in Utah. And Marcus, how's that last name pronounced? Stobe. He's a German
Marcus
fellow
Stobe.
from On Guard.
Very interesting guard
Yeah.
from Stobe.
Yep.
Out of bounds.
And Stobe has run out of bounds,
Okay.
trying to get away from Jack there.
There's a no exchange button. But do you something different? I just think we leave
Yeah,
it as
Stobe's
is, because
style
nothing
seems a
happens.
little more reminiscent of Polish Saber to me for some reason.
It's only one of 70
But
lines
this
on the
does
floor.
count as one of our rounds, right?
Seemed to have a bit.
The action I was
Scored
running
is
for my
no
life.
exchange. But perhaps that's an error, and they're working to fix it.
The directors are doing a bit of yapping.
Yeah.
Wait, ring out. Score, but it's a score adjustment. Well, we'll leave it for now. For the next one. Score adjustment. Okay, that's a minus point. Okay, gotcha.
All right. We're back in action here.
Took a brief nap in between those calls.
So it looks like Jack's taking almost a Schlussel style approach. Now, he's not really a sword and buckler guy. He does a lot of longsword. He did manage to get a cut on Marcus's arm there, but okay.
Very
White
How are the
Protect.
judges calling that?
You know, I was not expecting to see a lot of half sword.
So, ref has called halt, sending the fencers back.
Now, we didn't get a great angle on that. I'm not sure.
I don't think there was an exchange there. There may have been a technical reason they restarted the exchange.
I heard a noise, a bump in the night.
That Jack came in. It sounds like Marcus managed to parry his cut and come back with a cut to the leg.
Yes. Yes.
We're yet to get into the late game
That's
where
what I
we
think
start
too.
to see people running at each other and flailing their
Red,
arms
cut the
like
head
they're
without-
going to heat up. They might have to take off the gloves and settle it with their hands.
So they're calling that an afterblow in that last exchange, which means no points for anyone. Yeah, Marcus might be more of a Bolognese style that he's using here. A lot of good parries there. Oh, and it gets a little busy there.
There's a miss and then a third kind of follow-up from red. that
Bolognese
hit.
sword fighting is a little bit
Yeah,
different
to the head.
than the
Correct.
sauce variety.
It was up high.
But sometimes it can be messy too.
Red fencer, cut to arm.
Yep.
Indeed, it can, Mark.
All right, we're waiting on the table before the match can move forward. Oh, there we go. They've given that point to Jack. A little exposed, but he is coming out fast and strong out of these guards. Jack's being much more conservative, doing a lot of half sorting there.
Very nippy.
Jack managed to, Marcus managed to
Body.
land one in there. Got through Jack's defense.
White, thrust body.
Now, did you see an afterblow in there somewhere?
I didn't. It looked like Jack went to parry downward, and his sword might have struck the floor,
Steal,
but
I
it
think
didn't
that's
look
it.
like he had afterblow
It's
to
not
me. And
giving me a
yes, it
winner,
looks like
though.
the Marcus.
If it hasn't popped up yet, it's not.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is no exchange.
oh,
One,
gotcha,
two,
gotcha,
three,
gotcha.
four, so-
Okay, great. We're good to go.
Yeah, very unconventional styles, kind of both of these. Jack especially. Again, coming from a longsword background, he's half swording his arming sword there, which means he's grabbing his arming sword in the middle of the blade with his left hand while still holding the buckler.
We are getting a little wacky with it this morning.
Strike to the hand there from Marcus.
Yep, okay. Strike to hand.
Inside of the hand, yeah.
To be expected.
White, cut to hand.
Jack just barely left that hand open.
Very nice.
Match over. Bout white.
All right,
Marcus.
very clean, very entertaining.
He's not young, but he can very surprise some of these young
Up
guys
next,
with how fast
Jack
he
Stewart in
comes out
red.
with those
Arthur
cuts.
Henry
He's a
in
very
white.
quick fencer,
On
isn't
deck.
He really is.
Marcus Stobe red.
I would not want to face
Arthur
him
Henry
in
in white.
150 yards. In a sword fight, maybe.
I've got bad ankles, so I'm out of the race. All right, coming up, it's going to be Jack Stewart again, followed by Arthur Henry. As you remember from Arthur's last match, he threw some very nice thrusts.
Arthur seems to be doing a little dance,
That was
approaching, giving a hug.
Yeah, good friend. I wonder if Jack's going to give us more of that half sorting approach, or if he's going to try something different. It's very interesting. Arthur pacing the ring right now, waiting for the match to start. He's got those nice pleaterhosen on.
See, Arthur won't admit it, but we back and forth while our friends in the other corner are deliberating.
Yeah, that looks like that's Nate King, who's giving Jack some advice.
All right, it seems the pep talk is over and the fight is about to begin.
Sacramento and Jack coming
Can you
up
set up
from
bandana and patches?
Utah.
I'm going to come back after my pool.
United
environment.
Clan Swordsman Association.
Oh,
They're
never mind.
Salt
I'm just going to
Lake
come back
based,
and
I
grab a
believe.
patch and bandana later.
So California
Never
versus
mind.
Utah on this
I
exchange.
forget. It's coming out of my
Peter
hand.
just went up to Arthur, most likely told him to sweep the leg.
Cobra Kai all over again. Attacking the leg is a very viable strategy.
Indeed,
Banana or
it
muffin?
is.
That buckler helps to cover that upper opening really well, but when it comes to the leg, you're wide open most
No,
of
I
the time.
didn't. I just. Ready?
Looks like they're about to begin.
Those kneecaps are in danger. Meyer, and he lands a thrust straight down the line.
Brutal thrust to the face.
Out of tempo.
Jack is saying that his afterblow was no good, and after a thrust like that, it's easy to believe.
White, strike head.
All right, as Jack puts his jaw back in his face, we're readying up for our next exchange.
And Arthur switching positions, waiting for his. And there it
There
is.
it is. Good old counter thrust. You love to see it.
Yeah. I think a lot of his opponents might be confused because he's moving into cutting
White,
positions.
thrust body.
And so it looks like he might be preparing a cut.
I'm sorry.
But then that thrust comes out. Jack's back to the half sorting again.
It's crazy what a difference it makes when you start fencing.
There's opportunities to come in, but the difficulty with it is it shortens Jack's reach just a bit. And Arthur is already the taller fencer, and there was a beautiful thrust from Arthur again, but it sounds like Jack might have landed something at the same time.
Very interesting. Jack seems
White,
to be
cut
filled
body.
with holes at the moment, but he's holding his own against Arthur Henry.
It's unfortunately not going to score.
It's all 1 point. It's
So Arthur's up by 3.
It's registered that way,
now,
but it
and
doesn't
as we
matter.
know,
It's
that
all 1
means the
point.
match
I
has
see.
already been
Just
won,
I'm
but
seeing
we're
this.
going
This
to
thing is
continue
powered on, so I just wanted
to
confirm.
see how it plays out, I think.
Okay. It's not talking now. All right, great. Great, we'll leave it. Thank you. Ready?
All right, we are ready to watch some more. we go again. Arthur moving around, waiting for that opening. And there it was. Another thrust to the head from Arthur.
Parried.
I'm going to be so real with you guys. Kind of saw that one coming.
White, cut head.
It seems like we're watching the same exchange over and over again. All right, last exchange. Can Arthur get all 5 thrusts? Yep, he's
No,
looking for
really.
that thrust. And there
White,
it is again.
thrust head. Yes, it should be. 1 second.
5 beautiful
Match,
thrusts
white.
in a row from Arthur Henry from Sacramento Historical Fencing Academy.
That is what he's known for. He has, as we've established before.
Yes, he does, and it definitely is showing out here today.
On deck, Marcus in red.
That was an excellent
Elise
match
in
for
white.
Arthur. I'm sure he's pretty pleased with his performance there, and you could tell after he'd gotten those first 4, he was really looking for that last thrust.
For anything,
I'm red.
You
is
are
to
red.
make that thrust happen.
Arthur has. Yeah.
Now we've got Arthur
gonna eat
Henry
my banana.
preparing defense against Marcus
I was
Stowe.
not timing it.
We'll start now.
Give him like 30 more seconds or something.
No, you have to have my banana.
You have time.
Again, I believe Marcus was doing a bit of a
You're fighting
Bolognese
Arthur,
style
yeah.
approach.
I will admit, our
This
power.
is the match.
A little of a Polish saber
It's not
flirting.
too
I'm
double.
familiar with Myers Rapier. But is it similar to the Bolognese?
Yes, yeah. Many people will try and tell you it isn't. It's all the same stuff. Let's be real with ourselves for a little bit.
Yeah, and I just certainly know that that switching from position to position, waiting for that opening, we're trying to pull out a.
All right.
This exchange.
Table.
Let me open this
Judge.
bag of Cheez-Its for
Fencers,
you.
salute. On guard, fence.
It's very important. All right,
As
and
I
the match
go,
has started.
okay, we're fighting. No more Cheez-Its for
Yeah.
me.
Marcus favoring his low guards. Arthur looking for that thrust. Oh, and Marcus pulled out that cut to the leg. I think that cut to the leg is a hallmark.
And that was a beautiful cut. And
On guard.
a parry of the
Fence.
body immediately after.
Yeah, good body void there. Back into the next exchange here. Arthur being a little more conservative.
Oh.
He almost got it cut to the head. Looks like one of the judges did see it. Okay.
White, cut head.
So Arthur managed to get that cut to the head.
On
Wide
guard.
and flowing as
Fence.
they were in his previous match.
Arthur seems to have taken his special gummies and is a bit calmer now.
Yeah,
Hold!
it's a little more
Ring
rapier-esque. Was that a
Just
ring out?
procedural hold
I
for
didn't
safety.
see.
I believe that was a ring
Yes, ring
out. I didn't see
Marcus
a
stepped out of
ring.
bounds, I
If
guess.
it matters, Marcus went ring out.
That should be a warning, I believe, for the first ring out. Action's flowing pretty swiftly now. Okay, Arthur moving around again. Marcus got a cut to the leg, but it looked
Attack from
like
red fencer.
there may have
Hits
been
to
an
the leg.
afterblow to the head.
Is that afterblow in time?
No.
I
Afterblow
don't
out of
believe
time.
that afterblow
Cut leg,
landed,
red.
and I think the director agrees with me.
Well, it sounds like it landed, but it was out of time.
On guard.
I'm out of
Under this
time.
rule set, if you're going to land an afterblow, it has to come in quick enough. Take it. Yeah, Arthur's coming
On
in
guard.
a little too late with those
Fence.
afterblows. 3-1 now, close match.
Hold.
And there was a cut for Arthur. Right in the upper opening.
Cut from red to the leg. I don't think it landed.
No.
There's a
Cut to body.
follow up
Marcus's
by white.
to
Cut
the
the
leg
body.
was a little too chippy. It's 3-2. Marcus
fight.
Stobe
All right.
managed to eke out a win against Arthur.
I think you stay up.
Despite needing
Do
Tylenol
you want a
now, Mark is taking home
Marcus
the
with like a
fight.
minute. Yes.
You get all this ring, Marcus, and you still go out of bounds.
Peter's laughing at my
You get all this
joke. I
ring,
don't
you
think it
still
was
go out
that
of
funny. But he's entitled to his.
He is indeed. That is a small sword Pete walking by
Not
here.
surprised.
Purveyor of fine quality meats. All right, this next one's going to be between Marcus Stobe and Elise Coleman. And just as
that is an interesting spelling.
yes, Elise spelled with an I and a Y.
I'm gonna be so real.
The E's at the end. Marcus
All
coming
right.
out of On Guard, again,
Table.
a local club
You ready?
here in the North Bay region. And
Spencer,
Elise
salute.
coming out of Einhorn, LA.
On guard. Fence.
representing Southern California. If you're not from the region, there's a fierce rivalry between Northern California and Southern California. Coming to a head here in this match.
Oh, this is ooh.
Yeah, strike to the arm.
I
Red
believe that
fencer,
was
cut
a
arm.
Cut to the fingers. Ooh.
Couple
On
of
guard.
digits
Fence.
on Elise.
Yeah,
Now,
now
I've been
she
staring
is
at the
using a
shield.
Fest 1 style there, a Tower Fest approach.
Oh!
Nope, we're calling it.
Taking it back? Okay,
Marcus
nothing done.
Clipped her.
No exchange.
Self call.
Oh, Marcus is calling her hitting him.
On guard. Fence.
No exchange. Looks like it's been washed. Too tippy.
Oh! Oh!
Sorry, we have to call that
Floor.
strike.
There was the
Reset, please.
sound of a sword
worries.
hitting leg.
Yep.
A little delayed.
But there
On
was
guard.
no actual
Fence.
blow landed there. I believe that was Marcus maybe hitting his leg with his own sword. Elise is favoring the Subracchio under the arm guard there, known as First Ward.
Oh!
Cutting out. Oh, she hit the floor.
That's okay.
That's going to be a warning.
Don't hit the floor.
What?
No exchange.
Yeah, Elise just hit the floor. It's going to be a warning.
On guard.
If she does that again, I
Fence.
believe there will be a penalty applied.
Interesting. I was unaware of this ruling.
Yep.
Oh!
Yep. And then a
the
cut to
floor
the leg
again.
from Marcus. I couldn't see if Elise landed anything before it.
Spencer,
Red, cut leg.
please be mindful.
Oh, yep, they're giving that
Thank
point
you.
to Marcus. Yeah, Marcus is vicious on those shins.
On guard.
If you
Fence.
give
I'm
him your
hoping
leg.
Elise. I'm
There
out
was a
of
touch
Rockstar.
there, but it was a little too tippy, I believe. She's struggling with measure. Marcus is keeping her at bay. And even though she's attacking at his opening, she's not attacking in measure.
Keep
going,
fencing.
keep going.
Wasn't enough.
And so even when she touches him, it's just a little too tippy.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, she managed to make it into his fingers.
There we go. Elise did
Self-called.
look to
White
the
fencer,
judges
strike to the
for
arm.
a call
Yep.
Thank you, Marcus.
midway through the match.
On guard.
Marcus is very
Fence.
good at using that measure, and that's part of how he takes out those legs, is he can reach in real deep on those leg cuts.
Oh!
There he goes again,
Ooh.
into those shins.
Did that reach?
It's a good
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
Elise
okay.
is wearing those shin guards.
Red
Gotta
fencer,
see
cut
it
leg.
one more time. Might need a wheelchair.
Um,
Maybe a pair of crutches.
On guard.
If she wasn't
Fence.
wearing those shin guards, maybe.
Maybe.
All right, last exchange here. Oh, almost in there for Elise.
Kill him. Ooh. Ooh.
Into the buckler.
Kill him.
Marcus is waiting for that
Oh.
leg, and there it
There we
was.
go.
Oh, arm.
Red,
Was
cut
the
to arm.
time.
Red, cut to arm.
And that is going to be a match for Marcus.
Personally, I would have
Marcus
cast
Stowe
Magic.
isn't there deduction scoring?
went for those extremities. And here in the sword and buckler tournament, everything is worth 1 point. So
We're just
attacking
incentivizing
those
for
arms
holding
and
the
legs is just as valuable as, for example, stabbing someone in the head 5 times.
I didn't see it. I wasn't watching.
Very true.
Want to rotate?
I'm surprised I'm not seeing
Michael, you good?
a little bit
I'm
more
going on
hand
the direct
sniper.
now.
You know,
5-minute break.
buckler, if it's used in, again, that Tower Festbook style, helps to protect that hand. Makes it very
Who's up?
difficult to go for the hand.
Should
The
be
leg is
Jack
usually
Stewart
still
in
open.
red. Elise Coleman in white.
I do believe me and my Cheez-Its agree with you.
But you still got some time, I think.
Well, always trust the
You're good?
Cheez-Its, Ronan.
Okay.
Always trust
Spencer
the
is ready to go.
Cheez-Its.
I'm counting on him. Here we go.
All right.
I'm going to take my first bite.
Table ready? Judge ready? Fencer, salute your opponent. On guard.
Our last match of this pool, Jack Stewart versus Elise Coleman. Jack again coming from the United Clan Swordsman Association in Salt Lake, Utah, and Elise coming out of Einhorn, LA, Southern California. She's attacking the limbs of Jack there, but he's staying very well protected.
Ooh.
The
It
initial
looked like they
thrust
kind of just
parried,
crashed together.
Followed
I
by
couldn't see
riposte from
if
White,
both
which
of
I
them
believe was
landed
not,
or if only
which was
one did.
passe,
I
followed
believe
by
I
an
only
additional
saw Elise land
parry
a
post from Red Fencer,
strike,
which
but I
I
believe that
believe
might
struck
be called a
the thrust
double.
of the arm. No? Okay, please come here.
It looks like the judges are currently debating whether or not Jack had a viable attack
That was
there.
a messy one.
The judges are yapping. Let's see how this turns
I
out.
saw the initial, but I don't think that landed.
That was on your side,
Yeah. Okay.
so that would make that after
Okay.
attempt.
I'll
Do you
take that.
think
Yeah.
that landed?
Yeah, I agree.
I would say
Yeah, because it was blind on my side. If that worked or not. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Judge. We're going to go with white with afterblow.
All right, so they've called that as a strike for Elise with an afterblow.
White with afterblow.
Interesting.
So that means no
Judge, ready?
points for anyone.
Fences on guard.
But it was fun to
ready.
watch.
Fence.
All right.
All right.
Thrust body.
Red
managed to get a
thrust
thrust
body.
Ah, okay. That was a
Judge, ready?
thrust.
On guard. Ready.
I
Fence.
don't believe I saw it. I believe my eyes deceived me.
Yeah, I believe it was on the other side, obscured by Elise's buckler. Yep. She's harassing Jack
White.
Slims.
Hold.
Yep,
Yep.
and managed to
I
tag
agree.
his
Do you
arm.
believe that that was?
What our judge has just said there, if the fencer getting the afterblow has to take a step, that automatically means that the afterblow is out of tempo.
I do believe that's a good system.
I understand. I got it. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, thank you, table.
We're good.
Okay. Looks like
White
table
cut
is
arm.
good.
Yes. Sorry.
No worries.
Software confusion.
No worries.
You know, I gotta say, I am
Judge, ready?
impressed with the performance of the
Fences on
judges
guard.
today.
Ready. Fence.
They've been training very hard for this event. I know it on guard. They've been really working their judges, trying to get them ready.
Now, HEMA is not always known for its quality of judging, but I am very impressed with the decisiveness and clarity of these judges' calls.
It's nice to see it. Nice to see all that hard work training judges paying off. Now Jack seems to be using
Call that
Cut.
a
Red.
slice on Jack's part, equaling to a double.
Red.
looks like
cut
they
to
did
head.
give Jack the point
Judge, ready?
on that last exchange as a cut to the head.
All
or
right.
maybe a
Fences
slice
on
to
guard.
the head.
Ready. Fence.
All right, Jack's back into his half sorting. That's served him moderately well.
Hold.
Looks like Elise may have tagged his arm. Yes,
fine.
really been going after those limbs with her attack, and
From white.
Jack has only been partially successful in fending them off.
The judges are debating that call. If that's a strike to the arm, I do believe that would be called as flat.
Do you think there's any possibility it was buckler instead?
Let's see if the blade bites.
Something worth noting.
No, I was blind to that, but if I had to call anything, I would have said it would have landed first. Her strike would have landed first. Thank you. Yeah. White.
Something worth
cut to
noting
roll.
was 2-2,
Nice.
a tie match between Jack Stewart and Elise Coleman.
Ties just stand, right? We don't.
Lovely match.
Yeah.
Nice job.
And I do believe they are letting the ties
I was checking
stand
rules just to make sure.
in the pools matches here at
You must have a collection at home.
That is the end.
Judge ready. Fence is loose. On guard. Ready. Fence. Strike to white with half blow.
White, afterglow.
On guard. Ready. Fence. Strike white.
White, arm.
On guard. Ready. Fence. Halt. White to hand.
White, puts hand.
On guard. Ready. Fence. White to hand.
White, puts hand. Max white.
That's white.
All right, sword buckler fencers. Finals, and then we'll jump into rapier.
Starting again at 1.
Thank you all. That was some great fencing.
Alrighty, sword fans, we're going to be taking a 1 hour break as our fighters cool off and get ready for their next set of exchanges. We'll see.
不过他去14，他去12年。我想知道今天第二题是，但是。
Hey, one question. Is that top 12 or top 15?
Yes.
Top 15. Top 15. Hey.
진짜 많아요.
Everybody awake? Okay, now this works. The karaoke contest will start in 15 minutes. Thank you.
Test, test, test. All right, hold it. Test, test. There we go. All right, we're wrapping up lunch. We're going to go right into sword and buckler elimination pools, which we will announce shortly. Yan Wenzu, Alec Villanueva. Pool 2, Justin Reimer, Mark Olson, Elliot Robinson, Nathan King, and Jack Stewart. Pool 3, Arthur Henry, Kai Eva, Elise Coleman, Claire Lady, and Jared Barrios.
Just to elimination pools, kind of similar to how other tournaments do this. This is the top 15 fencers from the cumulative pool 1 and 2 sets. These pools have been equalized, meaning that the fencers based on seed have been distributed through 3 individual pools. What comes after this is 1 round of Elim's pools, pools of 5, everyone will have 4 bouts. After that is finals pool, and the top 3 from that listing will receive the prizes. So, thank you, please report to your assigned pool ASAP.
Pool 1, 2, and 3 are going to be at their corresponding numbered rings.
Sorry. Clarification, we are going to go all the way through sword and buckler, which means finals pools will stem from Elim's pools. Thank you.
stick thrust from Kai.
Arthur up by 1 point currently.
They seem to be squaring off in the center.
Yeah, there's a little blade engagement there from Kai. Arthur's dodging it. Kai got a cut to the leg. Oh, no afterblow. That's a tie match.
Oh, I thought that was not a tie match. I thought that was match Isaac.
All right, we're going to the first clean exchange now. Sudden death.
I'm looking to see some blood here.
They both got... Oh, cut to the leg with an afterblow. Looks like we're going for another round.
It seems that Isaac is getting a little jumpy. Isaac? No, Kai. Sorry.
Yeah.
Had Isaac on my mind.
Yep. Kai Eva, local here. Judges think insufficient contact.
What they call.
The judges are coming in. And no consensus. They're washing the exchange. We get another round.
Oh, we're going again.
You notice they're both wearing the same Leo Killigay Pluderhosen there? Pseudohosen, excuse me. They're almost Pluderhosen. And it was called
Match Arthur.
Yep. Looks like Kai's didn't quite connect there.
After a little bit of battering and bruising, finally came to a consensus.
Yep. This time we've got Claire Leahy from Einhorn against classic Tower Effects book style.
I do believe Claire just murdered those knees.
Yeah, nice cut to the leg there. At least maybe didn't quite connect with Claire's forearm there.
Oh.
Using. It's an Italian style of buckler, where Elise is using a more traditional rounded buckler.
You know, Michael, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the squared off design, but it seems to be working well for Claire.
Yeah, sometimes it can catch thrusts. So it can mess up some people who are used to that round buckler. You know, it's somewhat interesting. Claire and Elise, despite being from the same club, often meet each other together in the finals of the various weapons they fence. This is not the first time the two of these have met here when it's really come down to it. Now, in the past, Claire has always Elise swapping between Subadakio and her second ward up there.
We seem to be very cautious to get into an exchange.
Yeah. Elise is aware that if Claire can catch that cut on her buckler, she'll be ready to attack into that opening, and she did that this time. They're hitting bucklers. Some nice buckler parries there, but Claire did end up with a cut to the side with her arming sword there. And this puts Claire solidly in charge, control of the match now. Now it did look like Elise landed that thrust, but Claire did get a cut to the leg after. Okay, looks like they may not have agreed with the thrust. So that's Claire Leahy in red who won that match 4-1.
Match Claire. Very interesting.
Our next match between Jared Barrios from Napa Solano Historical Fencing and Arthur.
bring Arthur through.
Yep. Now, in case you haven't, remember to like and subscribe to support this channel and our live stream efforts here. We will be coming to Battleborn in a few weeks here. You might not hear my voice, but the live stream will be present. Here we go. Arthur starting with that point forward. And Jared circling around with his blade. Maybe trying to provoke that thrust, and he did, and Arthur landed it.
Arthur seems to be back to his usual, putting pins in people.
Arthur has done that quite a few times this tournament.
It would seem that we're able to fully disincentivize it.
With someone who's got a good thrusting game, generally, if you let them get in measure with their point online, they will land it if you give them that opening. And so the key really is not to let them get close with their point-ready attack.
All right, it seems our directors are judging like my...
All right, yes, that was a double indeed. Blades moving up and down, both chasing that opening that they were looking for. Ooh, nice cut to the leg from Arthur.
Jared got caught in a corner there. I'm not sure how much wiggle has a habit of pinning his opponents down in the corner, either to get that thrust or to lay in with a cut.
Yeah, there is a ring here. Oh, another thrust.
Now that may be called as a double. I did see a counter thrust from Jared to Arthur. Let's see how it's called.
Yeah. Sounds like they're going to give it to Arthur, but... All right, that puts the match firmly in Arthur's control at 3-0 now. Oh, and a cut to the leg.
We had a little spin there. I'm not sure what he was doing.
You know, that works great. That works great in the movies, but I'm not so sure it works with real swords.
Man, I don't think I would have gone with a spinning backhand, but way. Match Arthur.
Match Arthur. That's Arthur Henry from Sacramento Historical Fencing Academy in white.
Didn't quite pull off the tornado kick there, but...
That would have been something. If he managed to pull it off.
It would have been something. It would have been something.
All right, next match going to be between Kai... here in Northern California on a school spring afternoon. All right, Elise coming in from Victoria. Arthur trying to take her arm. Oh, that's Arthur, sorry, that's Kai. Kai trying to take her arm.
You know, I'm expecting a heavy thrust game from Kai. It seems to be the...
Looked like Kai might have landed on the side of Elise, but it looks like they may think he landed on her arm.
I do believe that was cut to hand from my perspective.
Oh, sounds like they've washed it. So, no points there. Up. Tacking into the thrust into the torso.
It would seem that Kai's taking advantage of the fact that she's holding her sword in the same position every time she approaches.
Yeah.
Warding off that Zorn.
Yep. She's trying to cut close on his thrusting line. With some success. Keeping that buckler out. Up, and there was a cut to the arm. Another cut to the arm from Kai. All right.
Elise is going to have to pull out some chicanery if she wants to make this happen.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like her cuts are coming a little bit wide, providing just enough opportunity for Kai to bring that point back online and or sniper in the arm. So at 3-0, Kai is now taking a solid lead in this match.
It does seem like Kai is picking her apart in the onset.
Yeah, as they're approaching, it's been difficult for Elise to find a range in which she can strike past Kai's buckler and land. Yeah, okay, Kai using Pectori, trying to get that thrust. But Elise managed to get one into the head there at the end.
Fantastic.
Like the judges do agree with us that that's a cut for Elise. That's still going to be match Kai, though. Kai Eva. 4-1. Kai from On Guard Fencing. He's a local here and a very experienced fencer.
Guy seems to be on a roll with these exchanges. How long he can keep it up.
Red from Napa Solano Historical Fencing. And Claire Leahy from Einhorn LA Historical Fencing Arts. But neither of them have shown up yet. Oh, there's Claire walking out. Remember, she's got that nice square targa. Wavy shield business. Now, Ronan, I know Napa Solano is in California. Do you know where in California Napa Solano is?
In Napa?
Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? So not too far from here, right?
No.
Right in the valley between the Bay and San Francisco, or Sacramento, excuse me. All right, and the match has begun. Jared again, kind of circling around, possibly a Bolognese style. Claire resting on that shoulder, Tower Fetch Book style. Be a second ward for those of you who study Fetch 1. Oh, and a nice cut from Claire, but Jared landed one as well. That'll be our
starting the match with two corpses.
Yeah, they're both going to be dead if those are real swords.
Oh.
That was a faint high cut low from Claire. Classic.
Claire seems to be very confident walking into the center of the ring.
Yeah. That couldn't have felt good.
Definitely a lot of aggressive fencing from Claire.
You know, I've been watching Claire fencing for a few years now, and she has really grown and progressed as a fencer. And it is showing today in her sword buckler work.
While I haven't had the opportunity to fence her myself, she's seeming to be quite the agile opponent.
Yeah, and she clearly understands her measure. You can see her backing away and waiting for her moment. Buckler parry from Claire there. Oh, cut to the leg. Now the question is, did Jared land one as well? Yep, that is a double. But that should be our match. 3-0 for Claire Leahy out of Einhorn. Southern California taking the win on that one.
All right, who do we have next?
It'll be Arthur Henry fighting Elise Coleman. Arthur again out of Sacramento and Elise from Einhorn, LA. And Arthur is using that Maya Rapier style. Elise again with the Fetch 1 Tower Fetch Book style. She's coming in second ward. Arthur waiting for that thrust opening. Parried off, but he landed the second one.
I'm wondering if she'll be able to
and
get a good riposte in.
With the shape of her round buckler, Arthur is able to sneak and turn his hand and get in past her buckler with some of these exchanges. Nice buckler parries from Elise. Oh, but there. Sometimes it's game over.
I gotta say, that was a very pretty exchange.
Yeah.
Oh. Ring 2 has a broken sword.
Never a dull moment here.
The brawling seems to have begun.
That's what we've come to expect from Sword and Buckler. No exchange over here. In our ring with Arthur and Elise. Arthur's looking for that thrust. Elise looks like she may have landed a cut to the arm, but did Arthur land his thrust?
It seems that Elise is catching up with Arthur's game, being able to get those parries in and even a few riposts. Whether or not she's going to be able to keep it up for debate, but if she keeps this going, I think she could bring this back.
Indeed she could. They're calling that a thrust for Arthur with afterblow from Elise. Elise has that separation. And cut from Arthur.
Fantastic example of knock-ricing.
Sure, that is really giving her trouble in these fights. In this case, as she missed, Arthur came in with that cut. Oh. Now, I didn't see a strike land there, but it looks like there may have been a successful thrust from Arthur on that one. All right, they're calling that a strike with an afterblow.
Michael, I've just gotten news who broke their sword also broke their thumb in the process.
Oh, goodness. There's an injury.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
This is to be expected at a sword and buckler tournament.
And our match here is now over. Elise did get that last point. Arthur declined to take his strike there, and so, but Arthur's still winning the match. That's Arthur Henry in red. But wow, we've lost a thumb. Goodness me.
I can't say it's entirely unsurprising.
Yeah, Sword and Buckler is known for its trail of casualties. But really, it's been quite tame today, overall. Relatively. All right, now we've got Jared Barrios again from Napa Solano against Kai Eva at an on-guard. Now, Kai Eva, hasn't he thrown in?
I believe so. Our director just got done rubbing his hands like a fly. And our fighters are squaring up, getting their measure in line.
Yep. Kai taking that leg, didn't quite manage to land it. Kai's got that buckler extended. He's ready to pounce. And Jared fished for that leg out of measure, gave that cut to Kai.
Seeing a lot of good examples of knock-ricing here.
Yeah. For those of you who are not familiar, knock-ricing is the German principle of attacking after your opponent has attacked and cutting into the opening that they leave open for you. Kai is declining, doesn't think his cut had any quality there.
Good honor.
You know, Kai has this deep stance that he likes to use. Turn foot, waiting to get into measure, and he's got a good reach right on the hand there. That was a glove shot from Kai. All right, round 3.
They seem to be very hesitant.
Yeah.
Kai's crouching down.
Both of them aware of measure. Oh, self-call from Kai. Looks like Jared landed one with the arm.
Kai got wrapped up in getting his squats in. Took a shot to the arm, I believe.
Oh, but there's that leg snipe again.
I do believe that was a hand snipe.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't have a clear view, but you're quite right, Ronan.
God, I love being contradictarian.
Well, it's okay when you're right. All right. Last match of the, or exchange of the match here. Jared fishing for a hand. Waiting for his measure. Jared's near the ring edge. Ah. And they both land a strike. And that should end up being 3-1 in favor of Kai. Yep, that is match Kai Eva from On Guard. We'll be right back. All right, our next match between Arthur Henry and Claire Leahy. Arthur again from Sacramento Historical Fencing and Claire from Einhorn, LA.
Now, sorry, I just completely talked over Michael. Claire seems to be great with those parry riposts. I'm wondering how that's going to match up with Arthur's thrust-centric style of this, Michael.
Well, so far Arthur's landed one of them, and it's very difficult to defend against those very refined thrusts that Arthur's got. But Claire is doing well. Nice parry there. Did she land that cut to the lower opening?
Arthur's staring at the proverbial cookie jar that is the space between her sword and her buckler.
That point to Claire.
Wow.
Takes a lot to land one on Arthur, but as he closed in, she got into measure and managed to land that cut.
If Arthur can adapt his game to get around Claire's excellent riposte game, Arthur might not make it home with this one.
That is Pop's opponent, like Arthur. Looks like we're waiting on the table for a moment here. So we have this nice, Meyer style coming out of Arthur with that strong thrusting background as well. And then Claire again using this tower fetch style. Oh, looks like they in fact have called that a no exchange. So they've taken away Claire's point on this one. It was definitely a little messy.
Yeah, I wish I had something to say about that, but I completely forget what that exchange looked like. So, honestly, Michael, I've got no comment.
At this point, the judges probably have too. Nice parry from Claire, but looks like Arthur landed something right after. Cut to the arm after the parry thrust.
It seems like Claire is struggling to get her point in line after that initial parry. Let's see if she can bring it together in these last couple exchanges.
Yeah, Arthur's keeping on the pressure here, switching guards, throwing thrusts, and then throwing a cut right after. Oh, and a thrust at the end, but I think there was something before that.
Brawl there.
Yeah, that's more of the sword and buckler we're used to seeing, folks. We're waiting for the judges to make the final call on that one, but it looked like Arthur probably had a good strike. But the question is, did Elise have a valid strike?
Apparently, our friend here has broken their sword at the hilt, followed by that sword blade falling upon their foot, striking their big toe.
Oh!
And they're continuing the tournament. They have yet to back out.
Wow. Way to keep your foot stuck in it.
What a tough cookie.
Arthur and Elise.
Arthur doing yoga mid-match seems to be working out for him.
He definitely has that reach advantage against Claire here on this one, and he's managed to stay 4 points ahead of her now. Yeah, they watched that exchange with Claire earlier. Now it looks like Arthur might have landed one high, followed by Claire's cut to the body. Edge alignment looked a little questionable on that, but the judges seem to think it may have been good.
Though at this point, I don't believe it matters. It seems that Arthur has taken this one home.
That is true. Yep, that's 4-0. Arthur takes the match away. That's Arthur Henry from Sacramento Historical Fencing. A valiant effort from Claire, and she gave him a bit of trouble, but ultimately Arthur stayed in control of that match very nicely.
All right, very quickly moving into our next match.
Again, this is Jared Barrios from Napa Solano Historical Fencing against Elise Coleman from...
Saying, quote, thrust with 7 T's.
Thrust with 7 T's. Thrust! Yep. Now, can Elise overcome her measure issues on this match and land those cuts?
Them.
It looks almost like a dance.
Oh.
That's a self-call from Jared there. Cut to the arm, I believe.
It looks like they finally found each other. And, what's the call on that, guys? Oh, looks like we're saying Jared landed a cut.
Oh, Jared landed a cut. Okay. All right, and here we go. That's a point for Elise. She's taking the lead. Now, with Jared coming from Napa and Elise coming from Einhorn, LA, that's another NorCal SoCal matchup. Jared steps. The fencers are required to fence. Now, with the first ring out, like we have here, it's just a warning. There'll be no points applied. But if Jared steps out of measure again, he will start to lose points in the match.
That's right. If Jared steps into the infinite void, he's going to start to see the consequences.
Yeah, turtles all the way down. All right, looks like it's 1 point for Jared. Right, Elise back in second ward, ready to come out. Moving into Subracchio, or first ward. Up. Now it looks like Elise may have ended up on his arm, and Jared, did he hit her leg?
Yes, I did see to Elise, but Elise did get a very clear afterblow to the hand.
Yep, they've called that one as a double. Everyone's bleeding today. Oop. Little parry there. Elise really favoring that second ward. Well, Jared tried a spin technique, got away with it this time, but didn't land one. Oh, at least
that thrust was ever destined to land.
Didn't look like it from here. Elise and Subracchio ready to come out, switching between first and second ward. Kind of waiting for her opening into a limb.
It seems that Elise has only memorized 2 buttons.
Yeah, and Jared managed to pull off his cut there. So Jared pulling out into the lead. But it's not too late for Elise. Only 1 point behind here. She's cutting into that buckler a lot. Looks like she is fatigued today.
Jared's buckler is definitely losing this match, but I don't believe Jared is.
Oh, you would seem, Ronan. Up. Was there a successful strike in there?
No, but there is a missing tip.
Elise has lost her safety tip. For the safety of the fencers. Many of the swords here do not have appropriately large tips. And so the fencers will attach these rubber blunts to the end of their tips to ensure that they can strike and stab at their opponent with reckless aggression. No, hopefully not reckless aggression.
Yeah, definitely not reckless aggression, though it would not be uncommon at a HEMA event.
Especially sword and buckler.
We've just gotten another message in from the audience. Thrust now with 4 S's and 3 T's.
Thrust!
We've got another one.
Everyone loves Roman's commentary voice. Ooh, and there was a cut from Elise. Into the hip, perhaps? Oh, red? Oh. That was a red. A cut from Jared, I guess. I was going to be match for Jared then.
What a Looney Tunes-esque match there. Jared pulling it together with his superior slapstick comedy.
Claire Leahy.
Full standings as of right
Now, back at home, I have a son named Kai, and I'll let you know that my son Kai is rooting for Kai. Up.
Now again, I'm curious wow, I'm having a stroke, as to how Claire is going to pull through when it comes to this thrust-centric opponent. She seems to have that parry down. Does she have the riposte?
Kai is very athletic. Very, very athletic. Judges are walking through the exchange. Look like they're giving that one to Kai. Snuck his point in. We're up to 2 points for Kai now. Kai keeping that blade on the shoulder. Looks like a second word. Oh, and there's a cut from Claire.
Kai's footwork seems to be implying a strategy of stealth. I think he believes that he moves slow enough. Claire's not going to be able to logical conclusion, but it seems to be working out for Kai.
You know, it worked in Jurassic Park, but my understanding is it just doesn't work that way in real life.
Kai's been playing a little bit too much Metal Gear, but I feel like... Oh!
That was a good buckler parry from Claire there. Kai took the foot. All right, I believe this will be our last exchange.
It would seem that Kai has this in the bag.
Yep.
Claire has adopted a similar Metal Gear strategy, dipping down low.
Kai self-calling Claire's attack. Kai may have landed one in return. Looks like he's raising his buckler. Wants to make sure the judges saw Claire's strike.
That or he has an ouchie.
All right, and that is match Kai, 3-2.
Despite Kai's boo-boo, he took home the match. Good for Kai.
And that is the end of Pool 3 that we just watched there. Well, we've got a few more matches in another pool that we're going to wait for before we move on to. Is it going to be finals right after this?
I do believe it's going to be finals. You know, I thought we were moving straight into finals, Michael, but apparently we are not.
Oh, we're not. Are those going to be at the end of the day?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. The information's a little bit inconsistent, Michael, but operating on HEMA time, and that we can get this going.
Yeah, running a HEMA tournament is a very difficult operation, and sometimes getting your messaging out when plans change to everyone who's present at the event can be a bit of work and trouble.
So my hot date with a copy of Meyer.
Nothing like curling up with a good book.
Yes, indeed.
So far, if they're, I believe, Ron, did you know, are they going to pull the top 4 out of this last round of pools and pull them into finals?
Like I've said previously, I never learned how to read, so I feel like I am not the best source to be asking, but I do believe it's going to be in a rush for the last couple matches, Michael.
That makes sense to me. Right now, Dashiell's coming out with a commanding lead in the rankings, but this pool hasn't finished yet, so. Always a good time watching.
Very dramatic and suspenseful match here.
I believe we are currently watching a match between Stewart and Elliot Robinson. Jack Stewart from United Clan Swordsman Association in Utah, and Elliot from Indus Ferox Gladio out of Portland. Jack has the red armband, but the black jacket. And that looks like we are into sudden death on this match.
I heard them just call time. I'm pretty sure.
No, there is no time limit for the Sword and Buckler tournament here. The tournaments will go until there's a winner. And that is now Elliot Robinson in the red jacket, coming out of Portland.
Neato.
And that is the end of Pool 2, which leaves us just with Pool 1, which is far away from us and hard for us to see. An uncommon sight at these events. But have no worries, the fights will be fought. Enjoy some of the on-screen ambience that you get to see, what happens when there's no fighting at a HEMA event. You'll see people walking by, you'll see people sitting down, you'll see people chat.
And another bit of gear failure. Alex leg guard failed him and he was stabbed in the leg.
It would seem that we have another gear failure somehow. Alec, also known as Honey Badger at the Sacramento Historical Fencing Academy's leg guard, has failed him, subsequently leading to him getting struck in the leg.
Oh, that is rough. Yeah, that's you getting hit, not your gear. Now over in ring 1, which we can't see, we have a penalty applied. Both Dashiell and Yonwin were given a penalty for excessive force. Really heating up. You can see them in the background there. That's Yonwin in the white and Dashiell in the green. And they are going at it. That's what we've... Oh, and looks like we may be in sudden death on this match between Dashiell and Yonwin. One at the moment. They've had some doubles, they've had some excessive force, they've had some afterblows.
It seems this exchange is turning out to be a display of thuggery throughout.
Yonwin and Dashiell are both very good fencers, but and that was the match. I actually didn't catch who won, but it appears to be over.
Exchanges, we're taking the top 4, as Michael said, and we're going to be slugging it out in ring 1, I believe.
Okay, now do we know, was Alec injured when he was hit in the leg? Did he have to withdraw?
Kind of a mixed bag for me.
Alec is a tremendous fencer, but it would be his match in ring 1 right now, but it's possible that Alec may have had to withdraw due to that strike to his shin.
That would be a massive L, Michael.
So if you are aware, on HEMA Scorecard, that's HEMAscorecard.com, you can navigate to the event of Wine Country Sword Crush and watch the score of the matches live. Now, of course, when we're covering a ring, we try to give you the score here on the screen. But if you want to find out what's going on in the other rings, you can go on to HEMA. Arthur Henry in first, followed by Kai Eva, Justin Reimer, and Yeonwin Shu. But I'm not sure if Pool 1 is quite done. They might be. But it looked like they had a few matches left to go. Looks like that last match between Yeonwin and Dashel was the match that determined which of them would make it to the finals. Tough break for Dashel.
I've got a sight line on Alec here. It does not seem that he's crippled quite yet. So I do believe he's going to be continuing in this tournament.
That's excellent news. Maybe, yep, he is gearing up. So it looks like his match.
We can put the wheelchair away.
Good to know, but keep it handy. You never know what's coming next. All right, here we've got Alec Villanueva from Sacramento Historical Fencing against Marcus Stobe. I know I said Stobe earlier. That's a common. He is from Hamburg, Germany. We actually can't see them on screen right now. The camera is pointed in a different direction. We're working on fix. Oh!
There we go. We're adjusting our camera.
Marcus is currently up by 1 point. Alec, the Honey Badger, closing in. Nice parries.
It would seem our cameraman is struggling a little bit.
Well, it is far away. I'm struggling a little bit, Ronan.
I'm always struggling. I do need professional help.
Well, there's a lot of professionals here, but maybe not the right variety.
That's true.
So you can see the height difference there between Alec and Marcus.
That is on taller opponents, as he's quite the small lad.
Yeah. In that previous exchange, Marcus was given a warning for a ring out. If he leaves the ring again, he is going to start losing points.
Well, camera 2 is down now. You dropped camera 2.
Well, I rebooted all of them.
Rebooted all of them?
By accident.
Right in the middle of the stream.
Another ring out from Marcus. I believe that will be a penalty. Yes, and that is a point for Alec. And Marcus is going to have to be very careful to use the space. The rings here at On Guard at this event at the Sword Crush are slightly smaller than those used at other events like SoCal Sword Fight. And now my question, and I don't know if any of us know the answer to this, is do the ring outs count as an exchange? If so, this match is over.
I'm not entirely certain if a ring out counts as an exchange.
Now, it doesn't look like it. So we've got 2 more to go. It's anyone's game still. Marcus has a 1 point lead. Thrust, it might have been passe.
That little jump did not save from the thrust there.
A passe thrust is a thrust that almost lands, but not quite. Oh, and it did. The thrust was good. We've got a tie match, which means we are into the final exchange here. Next point wins. There was some contact. Was any of it good? Oh, no good. They're still fencing. Oh, a thrust to the face from Marcus.
Now, I'm not entirely. Thrust was good. It seemed a little shallow. Let's see what the directors have to say.
Yes, they have given that thrust to Marcus. And so that is match for Marcus Stubbe of On Guard Fencing. Oh, wait. Are they continuing the match? They're continuing the match.
The fight continues. And Alex seems to be going onto the offensive.
That was 5 exchanges, so I'm not entirely sure why they're still fencing this time. Ahead.
As Alex snitches on himself, I believe that is the end of the match.
It should be 4-2 now, which shouldn't even be possible.
Match Marcus.
Oh, it's the point that Alec got earlier was from the ring out. That's why it was only 4 exchanges.
I see.
To do an extra one. And is that our last match? Oh, no, we've got one more. One more match between Patrick Wall of the Blackfriars and Yanwen Shu from Italian Renaissance Swordsmanship Academy.
All right, we were gonna get off mic and take a little break. I was gonna go take a tinkle, but we've got one more match to go. Peter is cringing at me. I'm completely shameless. What about you, Michael?
I do my best.
We know you do, Michael. We know you.
It's nice to be seen, Ronan. It's nice to be seen.
You know, Michael, if you ever need to talk about your problems, I am here.
Really appreciate that, Ronan. Always good to have a friend. So here we've got Yanwen Shu in white against Patrick Wall. It may be hard to tell from the camera angles here, but Yanwen is in fact, and Patrick is more of average height, and so you can kind of see the difference between them. And that gives Yanwen reach, and Yanwen knows how to leverage that reach.
Despite our fencer in white knowing that it's raining before our fencer in black.
Looks like Yanwen is overcommitting to those thrusts, leaving his leg open.
Some classic sword and buckler chicanery happening out here. I'm not even entirely sure what you could call that exchange as, besides a blatant double.
Up, and then a strike to the head, and another strike to the head from Yanwen.
Dog, I'm not even sure how that leg parry was possible. Moving at superhuman speeds to parry a cut I'm not sure how he saw coming. I do think he's cheating.
Yanwen's thrown some pretty impressive leg parries. Now, so far, Patrick has managed to get 3 strikes.
If it's possible that one of our fencers is using a chess-style algorithm, feeding him information to be able to parry cuts before they come.
Well, I'll be impressed if they are, I'll tell you that much. Looks like we have a gear issue.
I don't think that's entirely possible.
Impressed by that theory.
The truth never has to be impressive.
I suppose that's true. All right, they are back at it. Sword has been repaired. Again, the previous exchange was washed. Looks like Patrick once again attacking into those nice long legs of Yanwen.
Though he was trying to get onto the cover of Vogue, his legs were too long, and now he's here. And it would seem that his opponent is taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Yanwen is doing these nice committed attacks, and with the sword and buckler, if you're heavily committed like that, it can leave you exposed. Though in this case, it looks like he did manage to land a thrust, perhaps? Possibly with an afterblow? With an afterblow, and I believe that will be match for Patrick.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, we'll see you in the finals.
All right. While we wait for the pools to start for our finals, let's go ahead and have a thank you from our sponsors. We want to thank all of our sponsors here today. They've done a great job for us. So our very Michael gauntlets, honestly, some of the best hard gauntlets out there at the moment, especially if you're looking for a fingered gauntlet. I don't know that there's a better option than the Gabriel. Also, a special shout out to Wakusi Armory, maker of that Cobra Commander mask. I know it's got a real name. I don't remember what it is. You know which one I'm talking about. That back of the head protection, that top of the head protection that does a very own Arthur Henry being worn. You'll see it in the final pools, those black and red plates on his shoulders made by her. Castile Armory. Castile, some of our favorite manufacturers here in the United States. In fact, one of the only manufacturers that actually is in the United States, making some really nice economy line of swords and custom work whenever you want. I believe Arthur Henry and Rapier and Dagger will be using to defend his much appreciated title. We've got True Steel, the great source for all of your training needs. If you don't have a local HEMA club, check out True Steel Training. I believe it's truesteel.com. I might be wrong about that. Just Google True Steel HEMA. You'll find them. There's some excellent videos on there. I will give a personal plug to the videos by James Riley. He's a good friend of mine. He's a very knowledgeable instructor. While he's one of the most interesting dudes in HEMA in a particular way, he also is very good. So check him out. And then finally, the single most important sponsor of today's event, Small Sword Pete's Quality Meats. There are no better meats here. And let me tell you, so earlier on, while I was running the technical side of things, trying to figure things out, Peter walked by and slipped some of his meat into my mouth, and goddamn was it delicious. It takes a real man to walk up and stick his meat in your mouth and you to just be like, wow, I want more. So it's a board game, but it's some kind of game. I believe, Ronan, you going to take a look at what it is and talk about it for us?
Yep, I'm going to look it up on the internet. Hold on. the Renaissance Skirmish War Game. It is a war game. Similar to that of Warhammer and such.
Well, okay. That sounds ourselves set up and ready to go. All right, get my on-screen displays going, and we should be golden. And it looks like our finals, before I hand this all back to the professionals, not myself, of course, but the guys here that are doing all of the hard. Kai, Eva. Oh, wait, what? Did for the final? Oh, I guess Dash didn't have a very good round 3, or something happened. Oh. Well, how about that? So apparently, yeah, Dash, who had been dominating things, lost to Marcus, who put it in. All
Despite
right.
having a kick-ass name.
I'm going to hand this back off to Michael. He will take over, and I'm going to get the technical.
Welcome back. We're here at the finals, looking at Arthur Henry and some other guy.
That's right. This is Arthur Henry and Justin Reimer. Justin's out of the Lonan League in Seattle, and of course Arthur from Sacramento Historical Fencing. You know, I just noticed, Ronan, that Force of Virtue game, the 4 little symbols. Oh, nice cut to the leg there from Justin. Now,
damn, we're getting right into it.
I couldn't tell if Arthur's thrust landed.
I don't think so. From my perspective, it didn't look like he completely stuck that thrust, but it looks like the directors.
Now, coming from Seattle, Justin's actually one of the visitors to this event that has traveled the furthest to come and compete.
That must have been one long walk.
Oh, trading thrusts. Were they both good? Looks like Justin may have just missed.
It's terrible, but I'm obligated to laugh for entertainment purposes anyway.
No worries, I'll be here all day. Another cut from Arthur to the leg. Justin dove into that one.
Justin really eager to die today.
And that was a double. Let's see if they can do that again. Oh, was that over the buckler? Looks like the judges are going to give that one to.
It looks like once again the judges are arguing.
Up, no exchange on that one. No exchange. The buckler was there. It may have made contact.
You know, Michael, I'm surprised there isn't more arguing going on before this point, but it seems that the judges have waited this long to start having. Justin does not seem pleased with the performance of these judges. Whether or not his displeasure is justified is up to the audience.
And that's match for Arthur Henry, Sacramento Historical Fencing. Each of these fencers are going to be fighting each other fencer, and they're going to be scored as usual to see who comes out on top. Our next match is going to be between Marcus Stubbe and Kai Eva. Marcus being a local here at On Guard Fencing, and Kai also having originally come from On Guard, but currently living somewhere far away in the Midwest.
Oh my God. It seems that for the finals, we've upped our game with multiple cameras. We're getting fancy.
Ooh.
Just like Kai is getting fancy with that footwork.
Yep.
Twinkle Toes here is friggin' killing it.
Nice thrust.
Told that I'm only allowed one F-bomb per stream, just like a PG-13 movie.
Well, I do know that my kids are watching this at home, Ronan, so I do appreciate your discretion.
Gosh darn.
Now Both these fencers are excellent at taking legs, but only one of them can win this match.
Liver. And straight to the pride.
Kai would not have been walking away from that one if these were real swords. That ties up our match. Kai fishing for those legs, keeping measure. Marcus waiting for his moment. And they close.
And honestly, this exchange is starting to sound like a tennis match for some reason. You can hear their audible gasps.
Well, you
from
know,
across
I
the room.
got my start at Wimbledon.
Sure
Not
he
really.
did.
Not really. Went for a hand strike. Looks like Kai got it. That'll put Kai into the lead.
I did not catch the latter half of that exchange. I am blind in my right eye.
That's too bad the ring's to your right then.
And really
Start
walking the tightrope.
Oh, and there's a thrust double. That's our first double. Marcus needs this next point if he's going to win this match. Oh, and Marcus ran by. It looked like that might have been a cut to the head. But they're giving the point to Marcus. That's going to tie up our match and put us into sudden death.
Despite Kai just hitting a clip, we're still going.
This is when it gets really exciting, folks. Is that Marcus is fencing left-handed here. And of all the weapon systems where being left-handed can mess you up, this is the one, in the sense that most sword and buckler techniques are designed against someone who has the same handedness. And so everything's out the window when you've got a cross-handed exchange like this. Up, and there's a tag to the hand from Kai, and that should be match Kai. Kai Eva, the white fencer.
Got next.
Next up in our finals pool is Marcus Stobov from On Guard Fencing against Justin Reimer out of the Lonan League. Marcus, again, being local to the area. And Justin coming down all the way from Seattle. So it's a Washington versus California match on this one. I do believe Lonan is quite a large club up there in Seattle.
I do believe so. I've heard that about Lonan. I've fenced some of the Lonan students. Seem to be pretty knowledgeable.
Yeah, I believe they're the largest school in Washington. And lately, they've really kind of exploded onto the tournament scene a bit this year, seems like. Ready to go. That's going to be Marcus in red. Circling around. Marcus keeping his sword low, looking for those leg cuts. Almost got a hand thrust. And Justin keeping that right foot forward, and there it was. That was a cut to the leg from Marcus.
An incredibly boring exchange. I'm hoping this gets a little bit more exciting. I'm out of Rockstar, and I need something to entertain me.
Marcus does specialize in giving people limps, so.
The youch. A slightly more exciting leg cut. It seems that the Lord has answered my prayers.
They gave that one to Justin.
Thank you, Peter.
We are tied up now. Sure. Oh, he's dropping to one knee. Was that a double, or did someone get parried?
Justin, despite having no intention of marrying Marcus, continues to dive to one knee right in front of him. And it seems that Marcus is unable to do anything about it.
But this time, however, Justin landed that thrust. We are 2-2. This next match or exchange will determine the match. Marcus going for the leg. Justin.
An entirely unsurprising turn of events. The same exchange we've seen thrice.
But this one had to blow.
Oh, so did it?
We may be into sudden death here. Yes, we are into sudden death.
I'm going to be real. I think it's going to look like a sudden leg strike.
I think you're probably right about that, Ronan. If there's one thing we can depend on here, is someone's going to go for the leg. There. Oh, Marcus going for a buckler punch.
Marcus going for the leg cut. Unable. Oh, not Marcus. Justin going for the leg cut. Unable to land it. Marcus parries. I got to say, folks, that exchange cured the blindness in my right eye. A fantastic end to this.
Looks like they did give Justin the point there on his attack. The buckler punch came in too late.
Very interesting.
Next match is going to be Justin Reimer again from London League, facing off against Kai Eva from On Guard.
And Justin's fighting again. He might be a little eepy from his last match, though I don't believe he's taking a break.
Now, do you think he'll be diving in again against Kai?
Sure, if he has the energy for it. He might have to take a nap.
One of our commentators said that last match was a bit like watching soccer. Now, one thing soccer is known for is players taking a dive.
Ted is laughing really hard, inappropriately so for the tear of that joke. But I gotta admit, it was.
Kai and Justin. Kai again, being originally from this area, now living somewhere in the Midwest. Justin coming from Seattle, Washington. Kai. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Kai's up in Portland now. That's right. He moved far away. He's not in California anymore. Portland is in Oregon, for those of you who don't know. There's also a Portland in Maine, but it's not that Portland he moved to.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Justin is ahead in this match. I was expecting it. Oh.
That was a cut from Kai, possibly with an afterblow.
Fashizzle, Michael. That's what I saw too.
Kai very athletic, going for the hand, and a successful strike to the hand. These swords do have crosses, and that does help to protect the hand, but it only provides a limited amount of protection, especially when the fencers are wearing these ginormous gloves to help protect the hands. The gloves are important to keep the hand safe, but they also against the leg.
I'm not entirely sure. I think the question here is, was that afterblow in time?
That's an excellent question, Ronan. Yep, they gave it to him. Cut to the arm for Kai. That's 2 now for Kai and 1 point for Justin.
I believe he's saying he did an oopsie and he's not taking the point. Is that what I'm seeing, Michael?
They are giving that point to Justin for the cut to the head.
I see.
This is going to be sudden death now. The next
whoopsie daisy.
Successful, clear hit is going to win.
Winding right into Ox, straight down the line.
Dodging
Beautiful.
that buckler. Just again goes to show this athleticism that Kai is demonstrating here today. Oh, no. Justin displaced it.
Big news over here.
And that gives the match to Justin.
A match, Justin. What a turnaround. I was not expecting that revelation.
It's a very, very nice final exchange on Justin's part. Kai just barely missing his own thrust. Our next match is going to be, once again, Kai Ipa from On Guard Fencing. Henry from Sacramento Historical Fencing Academy. Two NorCal fencers squaring off.
Again, I don't believe Kai is going to be taking his allotted nap. Nope, no, he is. No, he's taking a nap. Yeah. He's whipping out the pillow and laying on the floor.
When a fencer is fighting 2 matches in a row, often they'll be given a minute or 2 to rest. Here we go, Arthur and Kai. The pants may be similar, but the styles are not.
Now, Michael, I do believe we've seen this fight before. Me neither, that's why I asked. I do believe Arthur took home the match last time. Let's see if Kai can bring it back, or if I'm wrong and Kai brought it back and we're seeing the continuation of a trend.
Well, Kai's pulling out ahead here with this first exchange. That's 1 point for Kai. Kai ready to whip out. Arthur looking for that thrust. Parrier post, and in the end, did Arthur's thrust land?
Exclusively a cut from Kai. Not cut, thrust, sorry.
Yeah, Arthur is self-calling. Or sorry, Kai is self-calling. That looks like Arthur is going to get the thrust there.
Very honorable of Kai.
Yep, that is a point for Arthur. Very exciting exchange. All right, Arthur bringing that Meyer style back.
Okay, we're straight up getting on the floor.
Yep.
Kai popped a squat there for a second, and I believe got the point. Is that right, Michael? Did I see that? Arthur got the point. Sorry, I'm blind. Yep. In my right eye. Again. Sorry, Peter.
Arthur
it comes and
bringing
goes.
That Meyer rapier style. Up, there's an appel. Arthur waiting for his moment. Kai got the leg. Did Arthur land an afterblow?
I do believe they're going to call that as strike with afterblow.
Yep, that's a cut, and then I believe a strike from the arm from Arthur as the afterblow, which means no points on that exchange. Arthur still has the lead. Kai needs to win this one to tie it up and put it into sudden death. Otherwise, the match is Arthur's. Kai trying to trade a tempo to attack. Arthur waiting. Thrust and cut from Arthur. That's an attack from Kai with afterblow. And Arthur takes it. 2-1, Arthur Henry. We've got our final match up ahead. That's going to be between Marcus Stoba and Arthur Henry. Marcus Academy. Waiting for his opponent, Marcus, to arrive.
I'm going to be real with you, Michael. I don't think Arthur would appreciate being compared to a tiger.
What do you think he would prefer to be compared with?
Ted, you know him pretty well. How do you think Arthur would like to be described? He would like to be described as a show according to Ted. Oh, Arthur's coming over. What is he doing? Came to clean off his shoes on Ted's leg.
I would expect more prancing from a show pony.
Youch.
All right, Marcus here from On Guard Fencing, ready to go. Marcus with... he's got Marcus against the edge of the ring. Marcus went for that leg. Looks like Arthur may have landed that afterblow.
It does look like that's the call. I have been informed by 2 members of the audience that at some point I do need to say the word Riz. So I'm going to get that out of the way.
All right. Buckler parry from Marcus. Up. Oh, did that land? No,
I don't believe they're calling it.
Thrust from Arthur.
Thrust from Arthur.
That's the first scoring point of the exchange, putting Arthur in a 1-0 lead. Arthur swing and a miss. Oh, and Marcus got a cut to the leg, then the head, but I believe Arthur also may have landed one. That was a double.
I don't know, Michael. I don't think that thrust from Arthur to Marcus was any good, and I think that correction of the thrust came out of time.
Oh,
ooh.
We have a penalty. Yellow card?
Michael, do explain to the audience how a yellow card works.
So a yellow card is a warning, generally, for an action that was inappropriate from one fencer. Usually there's no point penalty with it, but the judges can escalate it at their own discretion. Now, did you catch, Ronan, what that yellow card was for?
I have no idea, Michael. Marcus should have been watching his stopwatch.
Did you catch that last exchange, Ronan?
I did not. Still blind in my right eye.
Oh. They're cut
to me.
Possibly cut with afterblow. So Arthur's currently up 2-0.
It looks like Arthur needs to go back to his classic thrust game to get this show back on the road.
But I will say the caliber of his opponents is improving. Arthur waiting. Marcus. Oh, and a parried thrust or beaten away. Oh. Or maybe something landed. I did not see that. Did you see that one, Ronan? Oh, Arthur says there was no quality there. They're throwing out the exchange. We get to see another one.
It's a very honorable action on...
Are willing to admit that they made a mistake or that their attack was insufficient. Better to see good, clean fencing.
I can see the desire for a thrust in Arthur's eyes. He's always looking for a good thrust.
Oh, looks like he may have landed over Marcus's sword there. A nice outside thrust from Arthur to the neck.
Thrust.
And that is our final match for Sword and Buckler, which will solidly put Arthur Henry in first place, followed by Justin Reimer in second, Kai Eva in third, and Marcus rounding it out in fourth place.
Alrighty, Michael, does that make Arthur Henry our champion for today?
That does.
Henry is our Sword and Buckler champion.
I would say he represented Sacramento Historical Fencing Academy well today. Now, that's the same school you train at, isn't it, Ronan?
Yes, indeed it is, and we are all very proud of him. We're going to give him a pat on the back and maybe a cookie. He did very good.
The coveted Sacramento. Well, you can't win them all. Except for Arthur. Arthur can win them all.
A yippee.
They're now announcing the winners here, like we just did. That's Kai ducking in front of the camera.
Arthur Henry is our champion.
And that will be the end of the Sword and Buckler fencing here at Wine Country Sword Crush. Next up is going to be Rapier and Dagger, and we've got an excellent pool of competitors here. The NorCal region is known for the strength of its Rapier fencers, and so I expect to see some great fencing.
Now you're looking forward to the Rapier and Dagger tournament, which I myself will be competing in. And switch over to the other stream where we'll be hosting that live. Link is in chat.
So again, make sure you connect to the other stream. Don't stay on this one. And again, if you have not yet, remember to give us a like and subscribe to help support this live stream.
Arthur in first place is getting himself some nice prizes, a gold laurel crown, a gift certificate from Castile Armory, and most important, he gets a pound of Small Sword Pete's quality meats, or a bottle of wine. Yeah, but you don't drink, Arthur. I mean, I love Peter's meat, so. Yes, he went with the wise option, a pound of Peter's quality meat. Pete's Meat, the best in the business. And on that note, this live stream is coming to an end. Thank you for watching. We are going to be switching over to the Rapier and Dagger stream, which will begin shortly. Join us over there.